Hey. Oh, okay. What's going on, man?
Hey, trick or treat.
Dude, you're what are you, man? Yeah, this is for kids only. You're fucking 48. What's up, dude?
I'm a flat ass guy from the Double D's podcast. I'm flat ass guy. See,
wait, how are you flat ass? Like, first off, he doesn't even have. He doesn't really have an official.
Oh, check this out. Hold on. Let me just open up the bag right before. Okay. My wife's got a flat ass. You see?
Wait. What was that?
That's an impersonation.
You just said the phrase.
Wait,
and you didn't even say it right. What do you?
My wife doesn't have a big butt. You see?
That was even worse than the.
Hey, look.
No,
Hey, look. I want that Milky Way. All right, so I'm gonna do this one more time.
Wait. First off, sir, if you wanted one of these, ask for a Twix or a Snickers, dude. Flat ass guy would want a candy bar of quality.
All right, one more time. Okay, one more time.
This is off to a terrible start. Like you don't have it in you, man.
My wife's got flats.
Awful.
You're listening to the Double D's podcast.
I'm Dom.
I'm d.respect.
You got a great set of tits.
I get so angry thinking about this kid.
Because that's what most people are bitching about.
To New York, you know what I mean? We like to eat out here. You
gotta stop looking at interacting with people online as a cheap date. My father used to drink.
Get the fuck away from me. Hold on.
I come a lot, by the way.
You're doing the rap stuff.
If you didn't say it, somebody in the comment section would have said it.
It's like how you feel when you're having a paranoid high.
That's a dynamic connection right there. You're listening to Double D's.
I'm Dom.
I'm d.respect. Folks, the Double D's Skitcast has been out for the longest fucking time now. If you don't have it, you're a terrible person. You have bad credit and your breath smells. It's in the description below. It is available on Amazon, iTunes, and Google Play. What is the Double D's podcast? The Double D's Skitcast is a assortment of audio sketches constructed by myself and Mr. Rab Run. It is 10 tracks to be exact for the low price of $9.99. That's basically $1 per sketch. You know how much time we put into each one of those sketches? $1 is what we're asking for the Skitcast, and it's in the description below. And please do not forget to like this video. It helps the podcast out so very much if you just sit there, which you always do. I'm very angry this week. You're sitting there. Just click like. Just click like.
Man, that's enough of that stuff, man.
Oh, okay.
Yo, Dom sent me. He's running late right now, but he told me to come in and spit a rhyme off Baked Beans Part 2.
Wait, is he still in the airport? What the fuck?
Why he's coming in right now, but he told me to come in and I could spit a verse from Baked Beans Part 2.
Okay. All right, everybody. Cowboy, Baked Beans Part 2. Come on, let's go.
Dom is back from Japan, and you know that he's the man, but he ain't like me, 'cause I'm who you wanna be. And yo, bitch, when she looks at me, she sees what's gonna be inside of her.
Okay.
Inside of her vagina, 'cause that's what sex is.
Facts.
And my dick, that's what the best is.
What else?
And her tit, that's where the breast is.
Her tip is with. I don't think that
her
made.
Her tits is where the breast is.
Oh, her tits is where. I'm sorry. I needed Rap Genius.
Yo, how about you listen up?
Okay.
'Cause you know what? Yo, girl, I'm gonna grab that butt.
Why are you always touching somebody's girl, Cowboy? Why is that a thing for you? Why can't you get your own? Get your own, Cowboy. God damn it.
I don't have a girl. I'm only allowed to get other people's girls. It's one of the rules. Anyway, here comes Dom.
Who made these rules? Thank you,
everybody.
Cowboy.
Wow, Cowboy is he was shedding a tear as he walked out. What happened, man?
Back from Japan.
Yes, I'm back,
dude. You fucking dusting off your microphone. You're here.
I'm here. I'm back. Did you all miss me? Everyone missed me, man.
No.
Everyone in the comments was saying, "Oh, Dom is the best. Oh, Dom is the greatest. Oh, I want to kill myself. Oh, I wish I had my own girl. Oh man, is Powerpuff Girls gonna be back on? Oh man, how long can I keep this bit going? Oh man, Doctor Strange comes out later.
Let's hope you don't keep it going that much longer. Okay.
Oh man, keep it going.
No.
Oh man,
no.
Daylight is the best rapper.
No.
Keep it going.
No.
Oh man.
See, now it's time for single D's.
Rapper.
It's time for single D's again.
Oh man. Hey man, Look. What's happened? The world has changed since I came back. My life changed because I was on a trip. I went to Japan. I went to Tokyo. All right. I went to Bangkok. This is high energy, Dom. You feel me? This is high energy me. This is new me. You understand?
We're about 5 minutes in, and Dom still hasn't gotten to the podcast yet.
This is me. Okay. This is high energy, Dom. I'm here right now. Okay.
So
you're over there.
How was the trip?
It was good, man. The flight was not good. Over there, it took 14 hours, and on the way back, we went from Bangkok to Tokyo, 6 hours. Tokyo to here, 14 hours. I can't do math. What's 14 plus 6?
20.
I don't think that's it.
Yes, it is.
No, dude.
20 fucking hours. Okay.
21. No, it was
14 plus 7.
Wait, what was that?
I'm a football fan. That I would know.
You know what? Look, we do impersonation challenges, but you know what? I want to do something else right now. Okay.
What?
Before I continue, what's 5 times 6?
You start doing math. I'm gonna die out very quickly. That's
no.
30.
I'm worse than you. I guarantee.
No, you can't be 30. All right.
No, dude, you don't know.
Keep going. Watch. Okay, 5 times 6, 30. I'm gonna
8 times 9.
8 times 9 is 72.
I don't think that's it, dude.
8 times 9? 8 times 9 is 72.
8 times 9? Oh, shit. I was going to say 48. Go, ask me one. Go ahead. Ask.
7 times 6.
42.
7 times 6 is 42. See, I need my phone to verify that. I can't.
No, I have my calculator now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
This is the math cast, everyone. Okay, one more. This is going to get tough, dude.
Okay.
It's going to get real tough. 8 times 17.
Oh, fuck you.
Try. Okay, try it.
Shit. 8 times 17. Dude, I'm just going to fucking throw a number out there. I'm going to say fucking 68. No, that can't be right. It's got to be way more than 60.
It's 136.
Yeah, what the
you
fuck
dummy. All right, no, try a big. All right, last one. It's got
Okay, so 20 times 14.
Why'd you have to do? Two. 214. Wait, no. Wait, stop. No, I was joking. I was practice.
Yeah, says the guy with the calculator in his hand. We have no clue if you're looking at it.
I'm not using it. Why would I pretend, dude? The calculator's in front of me. Why would I pretend?
I don't know.
And I'm not stalling for time by saying this, okay? I'm not stalling for time.
You were around so many people who were so good with calculation, and yet you're still bad at it.
Okay, just let me give you one good answer. All right, 20 times 14, okay? Mm-hmm. You have a 2 in there.
Okay.
All right, there's a 2 clearly.
Right.
228. 20 times 14? 280. Okay, I wasn't that far off. Okay, the flight was brutal. This was my 3rd time in Japan. Mm-hmm. And I gotta say, I think I've had enough Japan at this point. The first time I went, it was a lot of culture shock. I mean, it's gonna sound really obvious, but I was around so many Asian people. I was around people who weren't.
Hi.
They do that when. Oh, never mind. I was around so many people who didn't look like me. Other time I've experienced that was in Colorado. A lot of white folks there.
Go by my aunt's house like I asked you to.
If I say yes, will it make you leave?
I asked you. You had specific instructions to go to my aunt's house, Haraiki, and pick up the package. But did you do it?
I did, and I picked up the package.
And enough. The lying is. I cannot put up with it.
Yeah, please leave, Blogger Chan. Go, leave. Yuck.
You didn't fucking check with her aunt, dude.
I didn't. And you knew what else I didn't do? Announcement. Double D's announcement.
Okay. God, we're all over the place right now, but go ahead.
Oh, I love it. I'm ready, man. You ready for the announcement?
What are you doing? These war drums? What is this?
No. This is Haitian war drums. I can't even do a drum roll. It becomes a voodoo ritual. Hey, guys. All right. You ready?
I gotta ask something. Go ahead. Fucking say it.
Okay.
What the fuck are you doing?
I didn't bring your chocolate.
Oh my God!
I'm sorry, dude.
You asked. Look, this guy. I have a conversation with this guy via Snapchat one day, and he's like, "Dude, what do you want? What do you want?" I was like, "No, you're good. You're good." He was like,
I
"Seriously."
insisted.
He's like,
I
he
insisted.
insisted. He's like, "No, all right, come on." I was like, "All right, I'm a fat ass." I was like, "Get me a couple chocolate bars, whatever." And he was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll do it." And he didn't fucking bring it.
Look, I'm gonna go on Amazon and I'll send you some Pocky or something.
What the fuck is Pocky?
Pocky is like, it's like these little wafer sticks covered in chocolate. They have different flavors. They're really good. They're cheap. They're awesome. They're from Japan. What happened was during my layover from Bangkok to Tokyo, I didn't have time. We were literally running from one plane to the next. I was gonna do it at the airport because if you buy, my bags were so heavy in Japan that by the time I didn't want to buy a bunch of souvenirs and shit. I'm sorry. So anyway, the first time I went to Japan, I did the souvenirs. I bought way too many clothes. It was a culture shock because there were so many people, but it was also, I think the biggest culture shock was like the social aspects of like, and I think we might have talked about this, how like you're treated very well when you're in any customer service position. As a customer, like they bow to you, they say welcome in Japanese, like you need something, they're running up to you, they're getting it, and you never feel like they're following you around like you're gonna steal some shit like they do in the US. You never get that. They legitimately smile at you in the McDonald's, all that shit. Mm-hmm. So the first time I went to Japan, I was really floored by that. Second time, still kind of amused by it. I was like, oh, this is great. The third time I went, this most recent time, I've come to expect it. You understand?
You didn't appreciate it.
I appreciated it, but at the same time, it was like, yeah, I should be treated like I'm giving you my money. Why shouldn't I be treated like this? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's nice. It's nice and everything. It's nice that people don't litter. It's nice that the cops don't carry guns. But this is how it should be, right? Should I be so amazed by something that humans shouldn't have to deal with? You know what I'm saying?
So should you congratulate Japan when this is it's the standard? It's what's to be expected?
Right, but they also I don't know how amazing it is. Like places like Japan and Sweden, everyone's always sucking Sweden's dick and all that stuff. Healthcare, but the thing about the U.S., I know we're really shitty. We have the most people incarcerated. Black people are treated like I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say a blanket statement, but you know how many black men are incarcerated, all that stuff. But that's all stuff that's also baked into our culture and our history. We have a history of all these things that have happened that make it so like that's a part of the reason why we're so fucked up and crazy with the guns and all that stuff. And Japan doesn't have that. So I don't know that we can really, as amazed as I am that they don't have gun violence and all that stuff, they also have their own shit. Like they have people like stabbing up kids in schools and jumping off buildings and killing themselves, and a really low birth rate.
Right, because you've mentioned before this feeling of guilt.
Oh yeah.
You say that you feel, that
and I don't, and like that is nothing compared to what they have. They have all kinds of weird shit. Like my friend who's living there, he was telling us about, he has a Japanese wife and he's black, but like he
get it through Amazon Prime? That doesn't make any sense. He lives in Japan.
It does. It really does it. But I just laughed anyway.
It'd make more sense if he lived over here.
He was talking about how like they have all these kind of weird social things about like how hard you should bow, and like when you're toasting someone whose glass should be held up the highest. All these sorts of things that we don't think of, like they have. And like who makes eye contact with the boss during a meeting. And if you fuck up on these things, I mean, it's dishonor to you. I wouldn't necessarily say your family, but I think it's all kind of one and the same. And like when someone refers to a Japanese person, it's like you say their last name first. You know, like it's different. It would be like if someone said respect. You know, if you're from the Respect family, obviously, so you bring this on around the Respect name. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's just a different kind of place, and I think this time I had this. The first time I was like, oh, this is how things should be, and the first 2 times I was struggling with that. This time I think I had more of a. I just feel like I had more this feeling of like, okay, sure, there are awesome things here, but like, they also have their own shit going on. You know what I mean? Like, everything's not perfect. I'm not sucking their dick completely. It is a really awesome place, and I felt it's the safest I've ever felt. You like, I shit you not. You go out at 3 a.m. any fucking night in Tokyo. The busiest parts, the weirdest parts. You see Yakuza. It doesn't matter, dude. No one is touching you. Nothing bad is happening to you. Oh, also I heard this dude.
You're also speaking, from the perspective of Godzilla.
Okay, so my friend was telling me about.
No, that's not. It's not going to happen. Like, she's not gonna say anything. She's fucking. She's in the next room.
What are you talking?
I'm over here. I don't want to speak to you right now.
Please, no. I beg of you.
She doesn't know. I mean, you're speaking from the perspective of Godzilla. You're speaking from the perspective of a large black man. This is sort of, here in the U.S. what we would call male privilege. I always, when I speak to women, I tell them, well, this city's great. When I come home at 4:00 in the morning on the train, that's where you really see the city. That's where you see the freaks. And women are terrified. They're like, fuck no, that's terrifying for me. So you can say, well, it's fine. You won't be touched at 3:00 in the morning, even if you see fucking Yakuza, which is nuts. And they still don't do anything to you? I mean, are you running in packs like Mel Gibson suggested that you would, or are you walking by yourself?
Like Mel Gibson, good reference. By myself with friends, nothing's happening to me. But they don't do shit to anybody. They chill, man, and nothing happens. I mean, people are drunk as fuck, and that's one thing you may not have been expecting. They drink like motherfuckers over there.
Yeah, I saw that video about drunk Japanese.
Oh
men.
yeah, you saw him rolling around on the ground.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's normal shit.
It's just people rolling around on the ground. That's the thing.
Well, no, not rolling around specifically.
Oh, okay, just turning up like that.
Yeah, getting turned. Like I saw one night I was walking home. I was walking home from the ramen spot, and this chick in a mini skirt was hunched over the ground, just like the middle of the street, and her boyfriend was rocking back and forth on the curb, and like I just laughed. I love seeing drunk people in public. I walked down like 20 feet. There's a cab stopped in the middle of the road. This is like 3 a.m. and this one super drunk chick is trying to drag her super drunk friend out of the cab. In the middle, there's no traffic, but the cab is in the middle of the street, and the cabbie's looking over his shoulder like, what the fuck? But this is kind of normal, like at night, and you'll see people just like slouched over on the street. And these are normal people, just drunk as fuck. So I think they have like this kind of underbelly of like weird shit going on. The food, man, the food. Let me tell you, tremendous, fucking amazing. Okay, delicious, nutritious, delicious.
You just grab him by the making a Japanese reference that I can't really.
You
grab him by the sake.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, my friend.
So I saw you in that video where you were eating sushi through the conveyor belt.
Yeah, that was fun.
Does that sushi taste different from sushi that you would just normally get from a normal sushi bar?
Yeah, tastes
packaged or something.
No, it does. I think there was one thing that tasted kind of weird, but the last thing I think I got some mackerel, like some shiny mackerel, that was kind of weird. But everything, I know this is gonna sound like I'm a Nihongoloid, like I'm a weeaboo or something for saying this, but
what are those two terms? What is that?
People who like Japan a lot.
Oh, really?
But aren't from there. Yeah.
Wahongoloid?
Nihongoloid.
And
Nihon is Japan. That's how you say Japan. Galoid is just you add that galoid, like Mongoloid, Negroid, whatever. Like you just add that.
Okay.
Weeaboo. I don't know the.
These were animes that you're referring to.
No, these aren't animes. These are terms that are used online to refer to people who are not from Japan but really are into Japan.
Right. Okay.
I don't know what the origins of weeaboo are, but that's like you'll see that on 4chan and 4chan and shit like that. But anyway, like, the quality of food across the board is way higher, and I think part of that is because they can't get away with just serving people dog shit over there. I think that's got to be like their health codes are probably just stronger, but like even you go to McDonald's for instance, their apple pies. You know, you get an apple pie here and it's like it's microwaved. Like,
not a McDonald's. I love the apple pies at McDonald's.
Well, you know, the ones I'm not like they're okay here if I'm drunk. I'm kind of desperate, but okay, I'll tell you. The ones over there, it's like this deep fried, crispy.
I mean, you were referring to McDonald's, but, you know, they're not. McDonald's apple pies aren't the apex of apple pies. I'm just saying that I like McDonald's apple pies specifically, but I know that there is better. Absolutely.
Right, but I'm just saying if you could taste the difference between an American apple pie, American McDonald's apple pie, and a Japanese McDonald's apple pie, over there it's like it's deep fried. The filling is a lot. It tastes more like real apples. I mean, it's like a crunchy filling. It's good. I don't know. Everything over there is real good. The food.
I wonder if the percentage of like GMO food is higher over here. I guess it would be, wouldn't it?
Over there?
Oh, over here would be higher. Like you'd be more likely to have genetically modified.
I mean, look. This is something that this is kind of in your realm. Like, why are people like? I'm sitting here with fucking fat tits. Like, dude, like the chemicals in our food. I feel like it's fucking us, man.
Yeah.
I feel like it's everything though. It's like, it's probably like the lotion we put on. It's like it's the makeup that you put on when you're by yourself and you're in the mirror, dancing naked, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's everything, man.
I wouldn't doubt that.
We're fucked.
Mm-hmm. So the people that you normally see there, I mean, I know you don't walk around and see sumo wrestlers, but mostly everybody's pretty slim.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Yeah. And you go shopping, and it's like an XL is like a large here. Mm-hmm. Like you're not getting XL shirts over there. You don't like when you see a fat person there, like a fat Japanese person, it stands out. You look at them like, yo, what happened in your life? Like you got some shit going on.
Any Japanese people that listen to this podcast, please let us know in the comment section on Snapchat. Let us know if you're out there, if we have any Japanese listeners.
That would be really fucking cool. Like, can we get one? You think we can get one?
There's got to be one.
Or it's some dude who's in Japan, probably. Some black dude who's like...
Or even if it's a dude in Japan.
That's fine. I had to leave the States. I had to go.
That's how you accurately impersonate Flat Ass Guy.
Yeah, I had to go to Japan to get away.
Where's that Candy Bar Kid?
I think it's somewhere. I think that was
Candy Bar Kid. Probably would have been trick or treating. That would make more sense, right? If he was a trick or treater.
You're right. Yeah, Candy Bar Kid would have been trick or treating. But I know you were trick or treating, my friend.
No, I wasn't trick or treating. No,
you were.
I dressed up, but I was not trick or treating.
I saw you doing it, dude.
No.
You sent me those snaps late at night of you banging on people's doors. Please. Please.
Well, no, I dressed up, and the funny thing about this podcast is that I always make fun of Dom for being dorky and all this stuff. He goes to conventions, but I do something every year that's more. It lends itself more to a dork that goes to conventions, and that's I actually dress up. But not only do I dress up, but I make my own costume.
You were so excited to tell me about it yesterday.
Yeah.
You were like, dude, I made this costume. It was fucking great. You gotta check it. You gotta check it. I'm d.respect. Check out my costume. You gotta check this out, dude. It was crazy.
Boy. Yeah, so I basically dressed up as Powdered Toast Man from the Ren and Stimpy cartoons. It was fun. Originally, I had three things that I wanted to do. First, I wanted to be Darkwing Duck for like a month or so. I was like, I'm gonna do Darkwing Duck.
You planned this a month out?
Yeah, I mean, I just thought of it. I didn't get things for it. I thought, okay. I was like, man, I want to do Darkwing Duck. See, here's what you have to understand. What you have to understand is that in this city, there is specifically, downtown Manhattan in the Village area, which is where all the weirdos. And if you lived in New York City, you'd frequent the Village very often.
Yup.
It's there's a Halloween parade, so people take it seriously. Like people go all the fuck out, and it's very enjoyable to go to the Village, and you're dressed up, and you see people wearing fucking obscure costumes from your childhood. Of course, you'll see the standard. You'll see Deadpools. You'll see Harley Quinns, which I saw a lot of this year. You'll see the standard stuff, but every now and then somebody will stand out with something that's really fucking cool. I think one of the coolest experiences that I had for Halloween was there used to be these commercials. I don't know if you got them in D.C., but there were these commercials of this guy that he claimed that he could get you free money from the government.
With the question marks?
Yes. Dude.
He lives in my city.
Oh, he does?
I mean, tangent, he lives here. He goes to the same coffee shop I go to. I see him all the time.
Oh, cool.
It's weird.
He's a really old guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
So it was like 3 a.m. in the morning. The night's just finishing out, and I see one dude walking down the street, and he is dressed exactly like him. He's got the glasses, he's got the hair, and I'm like, "You're that guy!" And the guy, he jumps into character. As he's running away from me, like the guy does in the commercial. He goes, "I can show you how to get money free from the government," and he just runs away. And I'm like, "That was amazing."
Dude, you sounded just like Morty just now.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
So that's what I enjoy about it. So that's why I, consider it before, like you consider the nature of the universe, I consider the nature of what my costume is going to be. So after Darkwing Duck, I said, you know what? No, I'm going to be Captain Planet. I said, all right, I'm going to be Captain Planet. Got to get a yellow, a green wig, or maybe spray paint a wig green or whatever the fuck. So Captain Planet, I 86 that idea. I said, fuck that. I don't want to do Captain Planet. So I decided to do Powdered Toast Man the morning of Saturday, which is when I went up. So Saturday, from morning till night, I made the costume. It was enjoyable. It was pretty cool.
How long did it take you to make it?
Getting the materials is what took more of the time. Taking me to make it actual time was probably I'd say maybe 3 hours. 3 hours or so. I was able to put everything together. Maybe
did the ladies like it?
The ladies did like it. I got a kiss from a lady. This
is what it's all about, you guys.
Yeah.
That's what it's all
I got a kiss right when I got out of the train station. Like literally minutes within the train station.
Did she kiss the bread part?
No, she kissed my viewing area, which was his mouth. I took a stocking.
Yeah.
Pantyhose.
Viewing area.
My viewing area. That's what it was. I took the pantyhoses and, black pantyhose, and I put it right in the mouth. So, my face was right there. So she was this fucking enormous, this fucking tall-ass fucking European chick. I don't know what the fuck she was saying. She was like, my son loves you. And I don't know if she knew what I was. But we were talking, and I could smell the alcohol in her breath.
Oh, no.
And some guy was, I don't know if that's her husband or what. They're European. They don't give a fuck. So afterwards, she kissed me on the toast part, and then she laid one right on my lips. Like, I don't know if you could see my face through it, but she laid one right on my lips. So I was like, okay.
Did you smell like vodka the rest of the night?
No, I smelled like Hennessy, edibles, and blunts, because that's what I was consuming.
How high were you?
I was pretty mellowed out. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
Wait,
just
does
being
mean
called Powdered Toast Man the whole night and just thumbing up people like, hey, what's up? How you guys doing?
Did you get annoyed with it at any point? Like, yes, I get it. I get it. It's me, Powdered Toast. Can Powdered Toast Man not have a moment to himself?
My friend who was with me noticed it towards the end of the night. We came.
You got annoyed?
No, some guy said Powdered Toast Man. I was like, hey, what's up, man?
You know how douchey,
right? I already got complacent.
It's so douchey because it's like you put all this time into making this dumb costume, and then once you're in it, as you're it's like you've taken on the character, and it's like, oh, I'm so over this, but you're still in it. You're over it while you're still him.
I still have the mask on.
And plus, the mask is smiling, and he's all excited. You're like, yeah, what's up, dude?
I was like, yeah, what's up, dude?
Whatever.
Yeah, what's up?
You degraded into a children's mascot in that moment.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it's
but I don't trick or treat, and I think partially it's because of some residual anger towards my upbringing when I wasn't allowed to celebrate any holidays, including my birthday. We only celebrated Christ's death, and we commemorated it. Not Easter, very close to Easter.
Resurrection. I'm sorry.
I believe it was. I think it's Nisan 14, some Jewish holiday thing. Anyway, Halloween for me is a little annoying because
that sounds like the beginning of a Dom doesn't dig.
Dom, this week I don't dig Halloween. Halloween. I was giving out candy in my apartment lobby with the resident manager, whatever the fuck, because she was like swamped with all these kids. So I'm giving out candy.
The good stuff, or was it like?
Oh, good. She had the Twix, she had the Snickers, she had the Bada Bing. Yeah,
okay.
Good shit, man. Yeah. Reese's. She had Smarties too. I would have burned all that shit. Fuck Smarties. And if you're one of those Smartie heads out there, fuck you too. Okay.
Smarties. Let me look that up. I don't know what those.
You know what a Smartie is?
No. Continue. I'll look it up.
I don't like how greedy kids get about candy. Mm-hmm. Like I don't like the looks on their faces when you're putting the candy in their bag.
Okay, I know Smarties. I got you.
The way they like, they don't look at you. They only look at the candy, and like they don't express gratitude. It's like a fake. It's like this thing like, oh, thank you, trick or treat, thank you, trick or treat. And some of them have like they're all disheveled with their uniforms. They're sitting there just like taking. Mm-hmm. It's gross.
It's what kids do. It's fucking.
I don't like it.
It's trick or treating.
It's not. I don't really. There's something about, and I don't know if this is me. I think it might be some like again residual childhood shit where I'm like, look at these greedy fucking kids, just begging for candy. You're standing there, you just take
because this is part. This is the agreement. This is the agreement. It's like, okay, I have to dress up and I get the candy. Okay, come on, that's it. It's like it's like prostitution.
Give me more, like that shit. It's kind of weird to me.
Well, kids are greedy. That's by nature they're selfish. It's all about. There's no such thing as a selfless 9-year-old,
now the peak of annoyance I have with children is, and like I don't know if you went through this phase too, but it's like you get to this phase where
when you first DM them. That's really good.
Hey, you going trick or treating this year? No, like when they start realizing that they're smarter than their parents, like in terms of book smart, it's like the Goodwill Hunting smart. Like you read books, you know how to do math, you're good at school, and like okay, you and I had the very similar upbringings where it's like immigrant parents, like you're smarter than them. You know what I mean? Like I was smarter than the people who raised me by the time I was like probably 8 or 9. Okay, like in terms of like reading, writing comprehension. All that shit, like math, all that shit. But like, you don't have life skills. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like book skills.
Yeah, not life experiences, just intellectual.
Right, all that shit.
Right,
so you start realizing how dumb they are in a way. But like, at some point you start flexing on them in the sense like, not outwardly showing it, but you're sort of like annoyed by them. It's like, oh, why do I have to live here? Like, this is so annoying. And like, so you kind of get into that phase where you're testing, like not openly testing them, but you're like annoyed by them. When kids get to that level where they're old enough to be annoyed by their parents, but they don't realize that they're still living in their house, and eating all their food and all that shit. That's like
the worst period.
It's so awful because they don't see what they're doing. Like when they stomp and shut the door that you paid for, like they go like "fuck you, dad," that type of shit. Like, ooh.
Yeah, well, I don't you think it gets a lot worse though once you bring the opposite sex or the same sex into the equation?
What do you mean? I know.
Did I just annoy a bunch of you when I said the opposite sex or the same sex? Am I supposed to say like
I don't know what that means.
The 22 fucking sexes or fucking genders or whatever the fuck it is? What's the difference between a sex and a gender?
Okay, what I understand. I'm glad you asked, d.respect. I'm going to school you now.
Are you male to male, non-binary?
What
are you? Should
I don't know if he's sucking dick or looking
call
at
you male to male because you don't believe in girl to male because you were always a fucking male? Do I have to treat you with such kid gloves and call you male to male?
Please don't refer to me as that either.
Okay.
Thank you. I believe sex was described to me as something that you're physically born in. But gender is it is assigned and it is socially constructed.
Okay.
So gender is like you can be physically. I mean, your sex can be male, but you could be female gendered.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Yes, this is the gender podcast, you guys. The gender identity podcast. We get down to it.
Don't be too aggressive.
We get down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
More Terry Gross. Carrie Gross, what the fuck her name
We're
is.
here on the Gender Identity Podcast, and we're talking to a recently gender assigned person.
Hello.
D.respectio. She recently changed her name. Oh, I'm sorry.
She?
Not she.
Excuse me.
No, I'm
I'm
sorry.
removing my headphones. This is.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Please come back. No,
Okay.
when I say please come back, I don't mean I don't mean that aggressively. I only mean I understand.
Okay, you shouldn't mean it aggressively. It's not in my nature to respond well to aggression. It all started when I was birthed into this world. And I would also like to say that I grow into this world. I don't come into it. I grow out of it sort of like a leaf grows out
Okay,
of a
that sounds
tree.
lovely. Very lovely.
Yes. And, well, when I had found out that I was first a blank, that is my gender role. I am
Blank.
blank.
We don't want to talk about the pronoun. Yes.
Yeah, so it's blank. There is no word that can describe. I am everything. I am... So when I decided to become, or when I was born as I knew it was my true nature, Carrie. Ask me another question.
All right, I would like to know what you would say to all the disgusting cisgendered males, all the disgusting males,
Absolutely,
destroying. I'm sorry,
I agree.
destroying
It's quite all right. It's okay to be aggressive against them.
What would you say to all the disgusting males, the disgusting men? What would you say to all of them?
I will say that at the time of judgment, we are not the ones that assign the judgment. The Creator will, and whoever it is that created them, and the reasons why they decided to conform to their original forms, they will be properly disposed of, and we will become the new race.
That sounds lovely. This has been Gender Identity. I'm sorry for cutting you off. And when I say cut,
I wasn't going anywhere with that. It's okay.
That sounds like a great show. I'd love to listen to that. That was awesome.
I forgot what the original point was, but now we've.
It doesn't fucking. We derailed the shit out of ourselves. Yeah. Something about gender identity or something.
Something about Halloween.
By the way, oh yeah, kids are annoying as shit. When you reach that, they reach that point, and that's one of the reasons I don't want to have kids is I don't want to have to deal with that shit. Mm-hmm. I did have to deal with some other shit though.
What?
I was at a coffee shop yesterday. Let me paint a picture for you. I'm at the coffee shop. I'm on my laptop. I'm looking.
Made a picture.
I'm working out. I'm looking out the window, and is that what someone has to do to be a douche? Have their laptop out at a coffee shop?
Yeah, we've discussed this. This is that's the starter kit.
That's the douchebag starter kit.
Yeah, it's got to be the douchebag. The
right next to someone who make Halloween costumes, right?
Yeah, probably. I got to eat it.
What about Halloween costume in a coffee shop on your laptop? but when you try to say to him, "Oh, you're powdered toast man. That's cool." Yes. Can I get back to my work now? Thank you.
I think that's how the Nature of the Universe audiobook was created. You were in a costume at a coffee shop.
Okay, before I get to the coffee shop thing, my culture is not a costume. I already know how you feel about this, but what do you think about all that shit?
What was your question?
My culture is not a costume. You know what I'm talking about.
My culture is not a... Okay, so how do I feel about like when I see a costume
like
of a bandito, of a Mexican or
yeah, and people online are like...
See, well, look, here's what's interesting. as I went through a few costumes a couple weeks before, I noticed that every package had its proper title, except when it came to the bearded man in the long, I don't even know what you call that. All right, he was dressed as just a Middle Eastern man. It's a Middle Eastern costume. There is no title for it. Everything else has
there's no words.
Even
on
the
it?
Mexican with the big hat had had a title on it. There was no proper title on the cover. It's like you guys just fucking know that this is. I think it's. Look, I think it's. Is it offensive? Of course, it's offensive. It's not something that should be taken very seriously because it's Halloween. We have sports franchises in this country that is their brand. The Cleveland Indians, the Washington Redskins, which is, in your hometown.
Yeah, man.
That's basically what they've earned their keep on all these years, is just off the back of just sort of just invading someone else's culture and just commodifying it. It's not something that I take seriously, but I can understand somebody's plight if they're annoyed by it. I don't know if are there people like protesting and petitioning against this?
I don't know.
Do they care that much?
Here's a problem, okay? And you will understand this, and listeners, if I can impart anything to you before my death after this specific episode, I want you to hear me out on this. Whenever you hear about someone being outraged about someone, or if the word people, when they say people are outraged about things, or like a group is outraged, like, think to yourself, man. Think, how many people are there? Quantify it. And no one will ever do that for you. Quantify who is outraged. Who? When Black Panther comes out, okay, 6 months from now, you will see blog posts about help me out here. Blog posts about, okay, white people are mad about this beautiful black movie. They're mad. White people are upset as we knew they'd be. How many? Who is it? How many retweets were there? Who posted about this shit?
The same people who are arguing about gender equality all day, every day. Social justice.
No. It's not what I'm saying. Yes, they are. But I'm saying, who is saying these things? It's like 20 guys.
Okay.
It's fucking stupid ass trolls. It's like 10 people. Or it's like, if we're talking about percentages, it's probably like 2% of the internet or some shit. It's like probably even way less than that. The majority of people don't care. What I'm saying is, I hope that we can take some solace in that, of knowing like these are nobodies complaining about this shit. Mm-hmm. And it's like, don't let this shit ruin your life. Like when this outrage shit happens, like, don't let it like destroy your life and everything. Obviously, I mean, this is like within when the outrage stuff is within reason. I mean, like, there's stuff that's, I guess, okay to be outraged about, but like when it's people saying, oh, there's too many blacks in Black Panther, and then one guy says that, they will make a blog post about him and profit off of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, these organizations are looking for shit to use to get more money. Mm-hmm. Sort of like with the Halloween outfits too. Like, you just keep an eye out for that. So, am I making sense?
I guess.
Probably not. So there I am at the coffee shop, right?
No, it's just something that you really give a shit about, and I guess I don't. So I guess
yeah,
it doesn't.
I'm at the coffee shop, and there are a bunch of Eastern European dudes outside the window. They look like they all look like Putin, like clones of Putin. Okay. Big noses, balding, and they're all smoking. Y'all look to be about 40. I think there's like 5 or 6 of them, and I'm sitting at a laptop doing my shit, hating myself, and all of a sudden I look over and I had that moment you get where you look and you sort of somehow tune into the fact that something is wrong. And because you see everyone looking in one direction, and you at that moment you become a lemming and you turn and you look to see what's happening, and one of the dudes had passed out, like he'd fell back and hit his head on the concrete, and he's just laying there like twitching a little bit, and one of his smoking friends is kind of leaned down beside him, and you hear like one or two "oh my god" from the cafe, and two people like sprint out and they're on their phones. These are the first responder types. These are the guys who are like, they want to I'm not throwing shade or anything, but like they wanted to they wanted to be the one to call the ambulance, right? And someone's like, call an ambulance, someone help them, that kind of shit. Me, I knew already that it was going to be one of those situations where it's like, I will contribute nothing to this. So I'm going to, no, literally, I cannot give anything. They don't need my help. So I'm just going to sit here and look because I can't do anything else. And this woman who was sitting 2 seats down from me, about 40 seconds into this, she gets up and goes, oh my God, runs out with her jacket, and she puts it under the guy's head so that he has, I guess, like a cushion, which is like, that's nice of her. But it got me thinking about basically how long until I'm allowed to get back to typing on my laptop, right? Like, how long
before somebody like judges you or something?
Yeah, it was. I had these thoughts of like, I can do nothing here, but I was conscious of me like sitting there looking at this guy. Like, the ambulance had been called, right? Like, by the way, like 3 people. I saw them doing it. Not one of them stopped and said, "Oh, he's got it." Like, they all started calling. And I was like, okay. And then there were other
So were you suspecting that it was like this phony?
I'm not saying no, that's not the thing. I don't think it's phoniness. I think it's like people want to be engaged with it. Okay. It's like they want to for themselves. It's like you want to engage with what bad stuff is happening, so you feel like to yourself that you're not phony. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I stand up and I pace around, that's me showing myself that I cared, right?
Yeah.
Like, we with our actions, we can basically, I don't know who said this, but like basically humans are like the greatest actors. Like, you might not think you're an actor, but you're acting all the time. Like, you're acting right now. Like, you act like different forms of yourself. Like, there's like sincere you when you don't really care, and then there's actual sincere you. There's the you that listens to when a girl is talking about how shitty her day was or how she hates somebody, and and she doesn't want you to offer a solution, so you're just kind of sitting there listening, right?
Right. There's
that version of sincere you. So I was kind of sitting there looking and really conscious of the fact that, like, I was wondering, I was like, what is the amount of time? Like, what if he had died there? What if there was blood pooling below his head? Like, how much time would I have to spend before I get back on my laptop? Would I just close my laptop and leave? That's probably what I would have done. I would have left. Not, like, but what I wanted to, I was writing about all this, by the way. I was writing all of this after he got up and went to
inside the mind of a douche. This is crazy.
Am I really a douche?
I don't know.
I could offer nothing. Listen.
I get it. I understand the idea.
In the mind of a douche.
Look, no. Look, I get it. I'll relate this to something that happened to me several months ago where I was running and there was a girl who wasn't wearing a helmet. She was on her bike and her bike topples over and she hits the concrete and she's on the ground. So
her head?
Yeah, she hit her head. So I slow down. What am I, a car? I stop.
You slowed down.
I slowed down.
Brisk jog, a brisk walk.
Yeah. So because it happened like almost right, you know, along the side of me, because obviously there's 2 roads.
Yeah.
But it happened. So I stopped to look at her. But she was fortunate enough that there were about 3 to 4 guys who ran to her rescue right there.
They were the first responders,
right,
like I said.
I don't run with my phone. I just have my MP3 player, so I kind of looked at them for a couple seconds. You know, she felt pretty bad. She should have been wearing a fucking helmet, but she felt pretty bad. I looked at her. I was concerned for about 5 seconds, and then I just kept running. So that's it. There's nothing that I could have done there. I don't have a phone. I'm
right.
not there to are you okay? Do you know where you are? Or, whatever the fuck. And as I kept running, about maybe 20 seconds later, I noticed a paddy wagon. The police were already.
It's good. You did everything you could have done in that moment, which was look and be like mildly concerned, and then you see the ambulance, which is like that's all reassurance. That's all anything that could have happened.
But okay, so making you okay. The first response I think is natural. Okay, so it's natural to stand there or to get outside the coffee shop and to look. But
Right.
I guess the phoniness is in the duration of your
Yes.
It's in
Yes.
how long are you going to string this thing out for?
Right, because it's not going to be forever, right? I mean, are you going to be doing it 2 hours from now?
Yeah.
No, actually, if he had died, it would have affected me.
Would it have affected you?
I would have been really affected me in the sense that I probably would have been writing about it and using it for my own. Is that
No, I just
douchey?
mean just in the wording of it, I mean, think about it this way. I mean, let's go a little deeper. Think about it from what you just said. It really would have affected me. So is that part of what makes someone run towards somebody who smashes?
Dude,
something?
yes, I'm telling. I mean,
I
like
can't live with what this is going to do for me.
100%. Like if you'd had your phone out and no one else was around, you would have absolutely ran up to her and been the first responder. What I'm saying is that there's a difference between the first responders and you being second, third tier support, and it's just one person. Like, and if we're talking about something on the scale of like 9/11 or some shit like that, or like you see a building is burning, like you don't walk home in that situation. You stand around to see if there's anything you can do. Like that's you know what I'm saying. Like there's different levels to these catastrophes and like shit, like little incidents that happen. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm basically. What I'm doing is poking at like the in betweens, like what happens between tier 1 and tier 2, like what makes something a tier 3 emergency versus a tier 1. What happens when what makes you stand longer? Like why? Like what would make you stand there for 2 minutes? What would make you stand there for 3 minutes? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I keep puzzling over. Of like, and there's some people. And you know these people in your life, of like some of them would like, even if there were like 5 first responders for a tier 1 incident, and all 5 people called the ambulance, they would stand up and have to walk into the vicinity and put their nose in it and interfere. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it's phoniness. I think it's for them to feel like they did something.
Mm-hmm. I'm a good person.
Which is, I don't think that's inherently negative. I think it can be. I think you need a certain level of self-awareness, though, of like, what can I do here?
Absolutely, no. You need self-awareness to know if I did that, I would be self-aware enough to the point that I know that I'm not just doing it 100% because I care for this person.
That's what I'm talking about. Is like.
Yeah.
It's not a fun thing to think about, but it's true. Like there's a level of assistance, and I'm talking about this beyond someone just hurting themselves, but there's a level of assistance that can happen where it's like you've made it worse. Like you've annoyed the people, like, because there are people grieving there, and like, because that's their friend or their brother, and you're standing there asking if you can help. No, you're good. They're good. Get out of here. Mm-hmm. You've done too much at that point. But there are people who would stand there and try and add even more, and sort of add to the annoyance of the situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you just have to be able to know. And how does one know these things? You know?
Well, I think if I was to respond to something, if I was a first responder, maybe the only person there, there wouldn't be any thinking involved. So it's one of those situations when afterwards it's like, you're a hero. It's like, no, I'm not a hero. I just do what everybody else would do.
Right.
Because you're just reacting to it. If there are several people around, then less lifting, less heavy lifting, less more thinking involved. So that's when it starts to become a little bit about you. And it's, look, here in the city we have transportation is very heavy. So I would say every adult male between the age of 18 to 50 each month, several times a month, if you're a decent person, I think you get up and you give your seat up to an elderly person, to a pregnant person, or to a child.
Yeah.
Do I do it every time when I see an elderly? I mean, that's really the funny thing is where you sort of when you're dealing with a person who's old, it's like you kind of gauge like, well, how old is this person really? If this person is
right. So that the boundary again.
Right, there's that boundary. It's like, should I really give him my seat? And so sometimes when you get up, there is this feeling. There is this feeling of,
You want him to say no?
Which it happens.
Please say no, please.
It happens sometimes. And also,
yes, I would love that seat.
You fucking bitch! How dare you take this seat? There's also the feeling of. Oh shit! You fucking sidetracked me with that. There's also the feeling of it's an insult, kind of. Cause say if a lady's 51, it's like offering somebody gum. So are you really insulting a person or are you helping them out? But anyway, there's this feeling when you get up sometimes where you feel like I'm a really good person.
I feel that every time, dude.
Right, and you sort of
I feel so smug on the inside. I feel so smug. I don't make eye contact with anyone. I'm like, it's just me. I was just doing my job here. Don't mind me. I was just.
Really?
This is just how I feel it on the inside. I'm serious, dude. I feel it.
Yeah. Right.
I'll offer my seat.
Do you feel the same thing when you give to a homeless person? Do you sort of just not make eye? You just look down like I am really good.
Yeah, I do, and I don't even look at them. I don't talk to them. I don't say use that money for something nice. Like I know, I leave. I got my good feelings. They're gonna go buy their Doritos or whatever the fuck. I feel good, whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'll always offer my seat, dude, because it makes me feel good. I know it also alleviates some of their stress or whatever, but it genuinely makes me feel good.
So that's why you give it up. You don't give it up because
I do want them to feel. I mean, like I'm not letting a fucking pregnant lady stand in front of me, dude. Like I'm gonna offer that seat. I like how I aggressively said that. If I see a pregnant lady,
I'm gonna do it, dude.
Trust me, I'm offering that seat, buddy. You know what I'm saying? No,
pregnant lady. Lady?
Yes, man.
Lady. Is that what you just said?
Look, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was using the wrong.
Wrong what? Wrong what? Say it.
The wrong
wrong what?
term.
Wrong what? Wrong what? Wrong what? Wrong
the
what?
Wrong term.
Wrong term? Term. So that's
I'm
how
sorry.
You,
term
that's how you
is,
encapsulate me. It's I'm a term.
Yes, I'm sorry about that as well. I'm sorry.
So say it correctly now.
Madam.
Madam.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's prostitute, right?
Is that what I am to you? Am I the supervisor of a burlesque house? Am I a madam? Do I have tassels on my mammary glands?
You know what? This is my stop, actually.
Okay.